Let me begin by yielding for our first witness to the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Doyle.
Mr. Chairman, thank you, and it's my pleasure to introduce one of the witnesses we have on our panel this afternoon, Mayor John Fetterman from Braddock, Pennsylvania. Braddock's a community in Allegheny County, and it's Allegheny County's poorest community. This was once a thriving blue-collar town of 20,000 people, and a place where my father spent 30 years of his life working at U.S. Steel. Today, Braddock has a population of 2,800 people. John Fetterman has been someone who's been working tirelessly in his first term as mayor of Braddock and playing a critical role with youth employment in Braddock through green jobs. He's, with the assistance of some foundations, put together urban farming, community gardens. He's been assisting residents in Braddock to create vegetable gardens, and he currently is working on a program where youth will be assisting in the installation of the first green roof in the Mon Valley. He is someone who thinks outside the box and is trying to revitalize a community that's struggling, and is hopeful that what we do today with this legislation will start a revolution in towns like Braddock and get people building things again. So it's my pleasure to have him here today and my pleasure to introduce him to the committee.
Great. And whenever you are ready, Mr. Fetterman, please begin. If you could turn on the microphone, please.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Burton, and members of the committee, thank you for inviting me here today. I'm John Fetterman, and I'm proud to be the mayor of Braddock, Pennsylvania. My testimony this afternoon will be short and straight to the point. I don't pretend to be an expert in economics or energy policy, but I do know what I've seen with my own eyes. The path we are on has failed. In my part of Pennsylvania, we've lost 250,000 jobs in the steel industry in the past decades. Once thriving towns like Braddock are facing economic devastation. Communities and families face desperate times. We need change, and we need it now. For decades, we've watched jobs leave America. For decades, we've heard about the dangers of America's addiction to foreign oil. For decades, we've seen real change blocked by those who profit from the status quo. If there is a silver lining to this current economic crisis, and from where I sit, it's awfully difficult to find one, it is that America may now finally be ready to find a new path and to face the tough questions we've ignored for so long. I believe that new path starts with a cap on carbon pollution. By driving massive new private investment into clean energies, industries, a cap offers us the chance to create jobs. And not just high-tech positions making solar cells or exotic technology, but the kind of blue-collar jobs that could revive a town like Braddock or Akron or Detroit. Jobs making 250 tons of steel or 8,000 parts it takes to make a wind turbine. Jobs making new windows like they do in an old factory in Vandergrift, Pennsylvania, a factory that was shut down but revived to make those very windows. Or LED lights like they make in North Carolina and export to China. Or one of the thousands of other products they will take to build this new energy economy. The government investment in clean energy and recovery in the Recovery Act was a good start, but we will not truly transform this economy until we spur the private sector into action. This nation is full of entrepreneurs, investors, inventors, and steelworkers prepared to jumpstart a true energy revolution. And this will only happen once you pass a cap on carbon pollution. To win the most jobs and the most economic opportunity, we must be a market leader in these new products and technologies. And a cap on carbon in the U.S. will spur our companies to be the early movers in these new markets, supplying solutions at home and selling these solutions across the globe. So I respectfully ask this Congress to please be bold, to overhaul our economy and free us from our addiction to imported oil. I ask you to ignore the scare tactics of the well-funded interest and to answer a call of Braddock to build a new energy future and a new American century with the ready hands of America's workers. Thank you for this opportunity.